Being a guy who made his career in the trenches, you looking forward to watching that one on both sides tomorrow?
No question. I think both of these teams have first-round draft picks. They play big boy football. I'm very impressed with Jonathan Bullard, man. I think he's a guy that has sort of flown under the radar. We know what Alabama has been able to do. The thing that I think makes Alabama so tough is not only do they have really good football players up front, but they come in waves. And depth is always something you hear coaches talk about, and they have it, and they've sustained it all throughout the season. So it'll be an interesting matchup. Both of these offensive lines are going to have their hands full.
You talk about McElwain's game plan and what he needs to do. He just said about 20 minutes ago, it's impossible to have secrets against Bama and do tricks against them. With that said, how does he?
He just wanted to hear Bama say that. I mean, he wanted Bama to hear him say that. But I'm sure McElwain he's done a tremendous job with this offense this year, having to switch guys. He didn't know who would start early in the year. And I think he came out this week and said he needs to tailor this offense a little bit more around what Treon does best. So it'll be a little different scheme than we've seen. It won't be the drop back and try to stay in the pocket for Treon. I think he'll get him moving. He'll try to get Kelvin Taylor in some one-on-one situations against Ragland and Reuben Foster. I'm pretty sure he'll have a few tricks up his sleeve. Now, this is not the time to try to hide anything if you have it in the back pocket.
What makes Derrick Henry so good?
He's just a big physical guy. He pounds the ball. He's and he has such great stamina, as you can see last week with 46 rushes. But what he's managed to do this year is get to the second level really quick. And I think a lot of people underestimate his speed once he gets to that level of the defense. But look, I love these running backs. Fournette, Chubb, all of these guys. But these guys have some tremendous blockers in front of them. And that's the thing that goes really understated when we talk about how good these running backs are. But we could drive this bus through some of the holes Derrick Henry has had the opportunity to run through. So I think that plays a big part of it. But, his speed for his size, the ability to always see the cutback. He understands blocking schemes and where guys will and won't be. And I think that's what has made him that's what he's been able to do this year more than anything. And then just the physical nature of in which he plays the game. I think, a lot of people discount it, but he's big for college, but he's big for the pros too. So he'll have an opportunity up there also. I just think he's done a tremendous job reading blocks and being able to get to the second level and make defensive backs and safeties pay when he gets there.
What about your alma mater? And go ahead.
Is he your Heisman Trophy winner?
I don't know. There's some games left. I think right now, if the Heisman was tomorrow, absolutely, he'll be the guy. And I think he's the front runner. But I think, look, Baker Mayfield at Oklahoma is making a strong case for being one of the best players in the country, if not the best, with what he's been able to do with Oklahoma and that offense. So it'll be interesting in New York. I don't think it's as far apart as people may think it is, but right now I think Derrick sits at the top of it.
What do you think about your alma mater and seemingly how that situation was handled with Les?
I thought it was handled poorly, and I've been on record as saying that a few times. I don't think you let a coach float out there and have to answer questions about his job when he's preparing to play a game. I think the administration should step in and take a stance and say, look, we'll make a decision on this job after the season is over. But the fact that he had to go out and call a press conference and field questions about it in the midst of trying to win a game that went a long ways and him still keeping his job, I just thought it was handled poorly. Look, Georgia fired Mark Richt and nobody is happy about it, but Georgia handled it the right way. They hushed the crowd, they hushed the madness early, they let the season play out, and then they made a decision. And one of the realities of what we deal with in college football is that coaches are going to get fired. And it's going to be a group of people that don't like it, and it's going to be a group of people that's been waiting for the change. So, going forward with LSU, we'll see. I don't think the relationship is still the same. Obviously, as a human being and as the head coach of the football team, you want to feel like you have 100% of the staff's backing, and I don't know if he feels that right now, the way the situation transpired over the last few weeks.
Talked with Tyson Jackson here in Atlanta about, Coach Saban. Interesting situation for you too. You guys played for him at LSU, but now he's at the bitter rival.
Mm-hmm.
Is it ever weird for you to be able to kind of root for the guy that gave you your opportunity, but he's
Nah,
at
it's
the
not
other
weird.
at
I'm
the
an
school?
LSU fan. When Alabama plays LSU, I'm wanting LSU to win after I finish doing my job. But to see Coach Saban have success does a lot for me because he's meant so much in my life beyond the football field. And, you know, you root for guys like that, especially when you have that personal experience. And I know how much time and energy he puts into having successful seasons and doing the job the right way. He's been a great ambassador for the game and also this conference and for what coaching should be. And, you know, so you root for that. Just like I root for Jim McElwain. I think what he's done, he should definitely be a candidate for Coach of the Year. Being able to turn this team around, coming in late and not having the opportunity to recruit like every other coach had. And they're here in Atlanta, which nobody expected, including me. I think that's a tremendous job when you can get a group of guys to rally around each other, dealing with uncertainty at the quarterback. He had a patchwork offensive line early in the year, but he's managed a way to get 10 wins at the University of Florida, and now they're being mentioned as being the Florida Gators that everyone is used to.
What impresses you about